Limitless event. Here at Sky's the Limit, our heart is to connect entrepreneurs to mentors, business development, and funding opportunities. And today, we get to hear an amazing conversation from a really cool entrepreneur right here on our platform. But before we get started, I want you to check out this video to see all about Sky's the Limit.
Sky's the Limit is the best asset that has come up in the past year. Since 2021, they have been able to support raise the bar investments in capital for our business, allowing us to launch our first book, Holistic Money Mindset, Mental Preparation for Abundance. More importantly, they've provided social capital as well. The network within Sky's the Limit is immaculate. From the fellow entrepreneurs I'm able to connect with all the way to the amazing mentors from amazing organizations across the world. My advice to anyone on the fence about joining Sky's the Limit, just do it. My first 2 weeks on the platform, I was very determined to expose myself to the network and met with over 20 mentors. Now, pretty much everyone on my personal and professional mentor list comes from Sky's the Limit. With that being said, you never know until you try, so go ahead and bet on yourself and your business and get on Sky's the Limit.
That was amazing. Man, I love each event we get to do and every story we get to hear. I'm excited to hear yours next. But for now, get ready for this month's Limitless conversation.
Welcome everybody to Limitless. This is season 2. We are super excited for this episode. We have some great information coming today, and we are super excited to get you all connected with this amazing entrepreneur. So let me go ahead and introduce our guest. Our guest is Sky's the Limit entrepreneur and founder of Last Minute Hair. Last Minute Hair is an app that provides delivery of beauty products from local shops within 1 hour, simplifying the shopping experience for both customers and retailers. Everybody on Limitless, welcome our founder of Last Minute Hair, Miss Tiffany Shelly.
Hello.
Tiffany, welcome to Limitless.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. We are so excited. I can't wait to hear your story and to just inspire so many of our entrepreneurs that are on our platform, as well as our partners. We want to first say thank you to every single person that supports Sky's the Limit. And we're just super excited for this episode, and we can't wait to hear your story. So thank you for doing this today.
I appreciate it.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and dive right in. What inspired you to start your own business?
So entrepreneurship runs deep in my blood. My father has been a self-employed business owner for years, and I just wanted to build something that was my own. And so I initially started my journey as a fashion designer, wanted to do that, and I branched off into the beauty space, and it just took off from there.
Wow. So you were inspired by your dad. That's amazing. And so you started in the fashion realm and then went into the hair realm. So I would love to know, like, what exactly inspired you to start this business dynamic? What was the need, or what exactly was sitting, that you just decided, okay, this is going to be the path that I take for your business?
Yeah. So to be honest, I got tired of going to the beauty supply store. I got tired of my clients not knowing where to get, specific hair or products for their hair. I basically became a human Google and had to figure out exactly what store would have what item, what should be the price point. And I sat on the idea for a while, and I'm just like, somebody needs to think of it. I used to do different local fashion shows and photo shoots. And we were running into the issue of either not having the right foundation, or me having the right hair or enough hair, or needing curlers. And I thought to myself, if I could just click a button and somebody just bring what I need to me, how great would that be? And so after waiting for somebody to put it together, I decided that I was going to do it. And in 2019, I incorporated Last Minute Hair. And I also saw another part where I can help local businesses be able to market their inventory a lot better and help them scale their businesses with so many giants that are kind of taking over small businesses and destroying them. So I wanted a way to connect customers with beauty supply owners and be able to make that merger happen.
I love that. And it's so interesting because usually most of the time that anybody starts a business, it's because they saw a problem, right?
Yeah.
You had to fix it because you were tired of the problem.
So
That
tired.
was literally like my story with my business. It was like, I see a problem and I need to figure out how to fix that because it's irritating.
Yeah,
Usually I heard someone say, if it's irritating you, it's what you're supposed to do. Like,
exactly. And I've been working on it for a long time. So clearly this is where I'm supposed to be.
absolutely. That's awesome. So considering that you're kind of also in the tech space, for the entrepreneurs that are going to be watching this, what is something that you can probably encourage them of, like how you went about even just finding someone to build this for you? Because you knew you had the vision for it, but like, what exactly was that process? Like, I'm always interested in, especially the tech space, because you're technically, that's not your background, but you found a way to create this. So how would you describe that?
Research is so important. I did a lot of research and development, canvassing, questionnaires, really trying to find the top 3 core pain points that people were having on both sides, seeing that I serve a 2-sided marketplace. So I did a lot of research. I felt as I built out the product that I wanted people to feel a certain way when using it. I kind of reverse engineered and thought to myself, what would I want the reviews to sound like when somebody used my product? Oh my gosh, this was so easy. This made my life so much easier. I didn't even know that this beauty supply existed in my area. I've been able to take on so many more customers now that I have this app because I'm able to keep my inventory replenished. So I kind of reverse engineered and thought about, how do I want people to feel when using this platform, and built it out with that in mind.
I love that. So basically what I'm hearing is work backwards, everyone.
Yeah, in most cases, it does work that way. Yeah.
Yeah. So start from the goal and work backwards.
Yeah. Like, where do you want to be? And then what steps do you need to put in place to get to that place? And then kind of just work your way back and pedal your way back until you get to that first ground.
Awesome. That's amazing. So in that, what's one challenge you faced and how'd you overcome it?
So there was a couple of challenges that I faced outside of not having a tech background. It was access to capital. How am I going to fund this? I knew that when I started Last Minute here that this was going to be costly. I went in knowing that I might go broke trying to bring this to life. And so then it came to, well, how bad do you want to bring it to life? How many people can you help if you brought this to life? So that was the first thing, capital. And then the next thing was really getting over the mindset of going into a white male dominated space as a Black woman. And will I be respected? How do I need to show up? How do I need to sound? What verbiage do I need to learn so that I'm taken seriously? And so it was really getting over that internalized hurdle and realizing, like, why not me? What makes them any different than me? We all have an idea. We're all living in somebody's dream. The homes that we live in, the businesses that we walk into, the streets and the highways that we drive on, we're living in somebody's idea daily. So, and that's what I did.
Wow.
Those are my challenges.
That's a nugget right there. Like, we are all living in someone's idea or dream. So that means that you are needed, whoever you are. You are needed in the marketplace. You are needed in this world to put out your vision, because you're literally, like, that is a gem right there. And I need to hear that myself. So, okay. What keeps you motivated day to day to keep working on your business?
Outside of the amount of money I've invested in it. I need to make my goal. My daughters, I have 2 little girls who have watched me do multiple pitch competitions. They've seen my wins, they've seen my losses, they've watched me through everything. And it's the fact that I don't give up, and it kind of pushes them when they get stuck on something in school, and it's just like, I'm gonna push like how my mom does, you know. So they are definitely my motivation to keep going. But I just really want this really bad. I couldn't sleep. It was an idea that I had in my head for years. Like, it just was relentless. And yeah, I want to win. And so that's what that's what keeps me going. I'm gonna win.
And so, and that's so beautiful, because especially as a mompreneur, as they call you guys,
Yeah.
the mompreneurs, hats off to you. I don't know how y'all do it, but hats off to you. And so, as mompreneurs, you know, having, you know, little ones looking up to you to show, you know, your trials, your errors, and still persevering, you know, that's such a beautiful thing. And especially because it's going to show them for the next generation, when they're in their whatever spaces that they go into, that they can achieve anything. So hats off to the mompreneurs. And that is so inspiring, that your why keeps you going. Your why keeps you going. So okay, the next thing I would love to ask you is, because you kind of alluded to it, but how did you approach funding for your business?
So funny story. So when I incorporated my business in 2019, I decided to just throw my hat in like a lot of different rings. And so at the time that I did it, Shark Tank was actually auditioning or holding a casting, if to say the least. And I literally only had an idea. But I submitted it. And I got called back to actually like pitch. So that was the first time. And then at the same time, Black Girl Ventures was having their applications open for to pitch, and I got that. And then there was a couple other pitch competitions that I just threw my hat. And at the time, I literally only had the idea, no prototype, nothing. And so I knew that I wanted to go about it like just pitching. I won first place for Black Girls Venture. And then I just moved on and started pitching. I bootstrapped a lot of it. I used my tax returns to build out my product. So yeah, right now I've been going about it through bootstrapping. And then it made me get to a point where I was able to actually win a grant through Greenwood Archer Capital, where they provided me $50,000 to actually build out the final product that is going to be going to market, version 1. So yeah, I started off bootstrapping, and then I went into actually seeking out funding because this is expensive.
Wow. You know what? And I want to kind of like go into that just a little bit, because first and foremost, like you and just the belief that you had in yourself, the confidence that you had in yourself, that you were just in the idea phase, but you felt that you were ready to go ahead and pitch, and you went for the biggest one, which was Shark Tank. You know,
I did. I was
and
cocky.
then the other one, like go big or go home. I love that. So I really want to hear, because a lot of entrepreneurs on the platform are wanting to participate in pitch events and competitions and things like that. What would you say, or what advice can you give to them? And even me too, because I'd be scared. I'm like, you know, do I sound crazy? But what advice can you give to the entrepreneurs, like to prepare themselves to be able to pitch their vision, their ideas, and potentially win?
Yeah, the thing is if you're not crazy, then you're not an entrepreneur. You have to be a little crazy. You have to have this, if I can say, a God complex, that like I can do anything that I touch, or I can conquer anything that I touch. And that's really how I went into it, with that mindset. And you miss every shot you don't take. The worst they could tell you is no. And there's more coming. Like, there's never just one opportunity coming your way. And the whole idea is to seize as many as you can. And then once you hear those responses, weed back the ones that don't exactly fit what you're trying to do. And that's exactly how I moved forward with it. Was I ready for an investment at the time? No. I was just an idea. But was I going to go for it? Yes, because I knew what my idea looked like. And what I would say is literally visualize your dream. Visualize how it looks, like down to the amount of employees that you would have, the makeup of your office space, your printer and copiers that you will use. Like literally visualize your dream in its most biggest, in the biggest way that it could be, if you will, and reverse engineer. What do you need to do in order to get that? And then move forward.
Let me tell you, these are some gems you are dropping here, because, you know, it's so, the biggest thing with entrepreneurship that we hear so many times is what? Fear. It's the fear of how are we going to be represented, or how are we going to look to other people, or whatever it is. And the fact that you took, like you said, take every shot, you won't, like, you know, like,
yeah,
for it. And so that is a big piece of the puzzle. A lot of majority of like entrepreneurship is mental. Like,
it is.
The majority of it is mental, and the rest of it is like, oh, we can do the work part, right? Because we're good at that stuff. But it's the mental of like, okay, you're going into different segments. How are you prepared for that? And so forth. So I just love your story because it's so inspiring.
And what I would add to that, for people who do have that fear, understand that you're not unique to failure. You're not the only person who's heard no. You're not the only person who has tried something and failed. When you realize that you are not a minority, or you're not alone, as you're trying to build out this dream, you start to understand that it's just really a part of the process. I would definitely say just enjoy the process, enjoy the no's, figure out why you got the no's, and then work your way back, and then come back to probably get a yes, you know? And so.
Wow, these are some gems. I hope everyone is receiving this the way I am. This has been soothing to the soul. So, okay. How have mentors and other entrepreneurs played a role in moving your business forward?
Perspectives. The mentors that I have and that I've been able to have like pass my way, even if they are not current mentors today, I've been able to see multiple perspectives, different angles on how I can attack this one thing. And it's expanded my view on how to move forward. Yeah, that's Lauren from Sky's the Limit has definitely been a super big cheerleader. I was with 100K Incubator, where Ariel Lauren was a really good mentor, just setting up the financial status pricing model for my business. So there's been a lot of people that has come my way that has helped me kind of view or change how I want to attack this one thing in order to lead to succession. Or get to succession.
And we thank you to all the mentors that are there to hear us, our cries, our ideas, our wackiness. I think all of it combined.
But sometimes, you know, you get a little off.
Most of the time, I'm like, I'm gonna double off. Yeah. So, because you are a very busy lady, how do you manage your time between working on your business and other aspects of your life?
Really just prioritizing what needs to be done right away, can't hold on another day, and what could possibly hold on for the next day. A lot of times we tell ourselves that everything is important, and so we make everything important, and then we become overwhelmed. When if we really are to compartmentalize, you know, our agendas, and it's just like, is it really important, or are you just panicky because you don't have the answer for it just right now? If you don't have the answer for it just right now, put it on another pile. As you're working on one thing, you probably will figure out the answer to that, and then you can move it up on the pile. I definitely though believe in prioritizing family, and so I do give first priority to my daughters. If they have a school event, then I work around their schedule. But outside of that, that's really how I prioritize. And for my business, it's just like what needs to be done right away, what can wait, what do I have the answer to that it will take me literally 5 seconds to just get it out the way. And if I don't have the answer to something, then it goes behind.
And that's a skill set that you've learned. Okay.
Yeah, definitely trial and error.
Beginning, you're probably like, everything, I need to do it now. And it's like, no, it can wait. Or you can even delegate it at some point, right?
Delegation is chef's kiss. if you can delegate, because understand you are not the only smart person in the room. and you are not the only person that knows how to accomplish something. If it's something that someone else can do, especially if it's something that's not making you money, is no return on it, and you can give it to somebody else to lighten your load so you could focus on the things that can make you money, do that.
That's so
Move it
good.
out your way.
That's a skill set. Please learn. If you're a new entrepreneur, especially if you're new, learn that now.
Yes.
Don't be like learning the hard way.
Delegation is gold.
Seriously. So you've given us so much, but I want to just close it out with this last question. Any words of wisdom or inspiration that you can give someone just starting out?
This journey wasn't supposed to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Know when to fold, and then also know when it's just you being overwhelmed. Not every idea is going to be that unicorn or golden nugget, but it's about what you learn along the way. It's the relationships that you build along the way. And it's the things that you learn about yourself. Understand that the journey will get lonely. A lot of entrepreneurs go through entrepreneurial depression. That's a real thing. But sit with your emotions. Understand where your emotions are coming from. Get to the root of why you feel the way that you feel. If you are depressed, it's typically because you're burnt out or overwhelmed because you're putting so much on your plate at one time. Eat a smaller plate. Break your plates down in smaller portions to really, get your job done and progress. Busy work is not the same thing as working towards the end of your goal. And a lot of times your fear will cause you to just do busy work where you're just really shifting through the same project over and over and you're not really going anywhere. Recognize when you're doing that and really have to snap yourself out of that so you can move to the next level. And love yourself. Value yourself. Trust yourself. That's the biggest thing on this entrepreneurial journey, is that you have so many people that will provide you their ideas or their perspectives. Know how to filter them out and find your voice in that feedback. Trust yourself. You know what you're building better than anybody else.
That's a whole word. Okay. Like that is that is I'm speechless on that.
Yeah.
Amazing. So thank you so much, Tiffany, for being on here. We are just so grateful for you and you continuing to grow and continuing to support Sky's the Limit with everything you do. But we are so proud of you and we thank you so much for being on today. And tell everybody where they can find you. Where can they find you? Where can they see you?
Well, you could follow me on Instagram at Last Minute Hair. If you would like to learn more about Last Minute Hair, you can visit lastminutehair.com and learn more about the product. And then if anyone needs someone to bounce ideas off of, marketing strategies, or just, want to shoot the breeze, you can email me at tiffany@lastminutehair.com.
Awesome. This has been amazing. Thank you so much, Tiffany. Everyone, make sure you watch this episode and share it with everybody that you know. It's going to be amazing. And we thank you so much for joining on.
Thank you.
What just happened? Like, I have a notebook full of notes. Like, my head is about to explode. That conversation was amazing. And I'm excited for what it'll do in and through your business. Make sure you stay tapped into all that Sky's the Limit has to offer. Check out the funding tab at the top of your page for every month's family and friend grant. Meet new people, connect with new entrepreneurs, connect with new volunteer mentors. And we can't wait to see you for next month's Limitless Conversation. Deuces.